Welcome back. This is Matt, and this is vlog number 5, where I'm going to talk about everything you need to record music at home as a beginner. And I'm pretty recently experienced with this. I just got into recording music at my house a couple months back. So I just wanted to share what I've learned so far from musicians out there who are just getting started, who want to, take their songs from their voice memos in their phone to a place where they can maybe release it on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. First and foremost, I'm going to give you 5 things that I really think you need. A bonus one early on here. The first thing that you should really have are songs that you love. Good songs. I mean, and obviously that's subjective, right? We can't consistently say that our songs are good. But when I say good songs, I mean when you get to a place where you're actually going to record them. Let's say you have 30 songs. For me, I have like 30 songs in the hopper that I am like, these are the ones that over time I know I'm going to put out at some point. I have had the experience where I thought I loved the song. I went to record it and it just wasn't getting there the way I thought it would. So for me, what I do is I write a lot of songs acoustically. I take an acoustic guitar, I write a loop, I build something on top of that, right? And I'll actually put a link. So there's a website that I've used for that looping process to record my voice memos. It's kind of like a janky website, but it has worked really well for me. If you have an alt option, I'm open to it. But this has been great for me. It's like 29 something. I just loop it and I play over it. I'm able to add parts. A little convoluted in terms of the voice memo process, but it gives me a really good direction in terms of what I'm writing. So that's the bonus early on, kind of first step. But the real 5 things that I wanted to share with you. The first thing you need, and I think this kind of goes without saying in 2024, you need an iPad or a laptop. You don't need the best of the best. I certainly don't have the best of the best, but you need something that you're able to plug your hardware into that's going to be able to, hold the capacity of the music that you're going to make, because these are large files at the end of the day. So that's the first thing you need. I use an iPad. I use my wife's iPad. She got me one recently. I haven't started to test it out, but yeah, I don't know what version it is. Maybe I'll look and I'll include that in the description here. But yeah, it's an iPad that I just plug right into. Now, I will say the next thing you need from a hardware perspective is something that I have myself, is called a Solo Studio. Solo Studio? Solo Studio. I'll put it here so you can see it. This is what I use at my house. And there are a lot of different hardware options out there. You can search and search. I'm not getting paid at all for this. I did my own research. It was the price that I found that I was willing to part ways with in terms of monetary finances and stuff like that I thought was, I'm betting on myself in a very small way, right? I'm not putting a ton of money into something that I'm not hoping to really make money on. That's not why I make music. I make music for fun. I make it because I love it and I want to share it with the world. So I think I ended up finding it actually on Walmart's website for the total bundle. So you can either buy it just as its own thing, just a little red box. You can either buy it on its own. I bought a bundle because I wanted the simplicity, the ease of mind to just say, here's everything I need in one shot. And that was, I think, $250. I'll double check that. I believe it was $250, and you got the little hardware box. You got professional grade headphones. You got a microphone with a pop filter. It's a condenser mic, so it's like legit. A pop filter, and then an arm, like one of those movable arms that holds the microphone as well, and all the necessary wires to hook up. And the Solo Studio actually comes with software, so you're able to get, I can't remember what software it downloads, but whatever it was, it didn't work for me. I tried to use it on the iPad. I tried to use it on my computer. None of that worked for me. So it's kind of I would say, the hardware part is great of it. What I ended up using, though, and this is number 3 of the 5 things I think you need to record music at home, I use Bandlab. It's a free subscription, and it's kind of janky. It's not perfect, but it stores everything. It gives you, I think it's up to 30 rows for different instruments and pieces of music. So if you wanted to do guitar, drums, and then a bunch of backing vocals or something like that, there's a lot of space there for it. And for the music that I'm making, it's perfect. There might be other options out there that people feel really passionately about. I like Bandlab because it's free and it's easily accessible and it saves all my stuff. And then I can actually add effects. So that's another thing that I like about it is that as someone who has absolutely no music production experience, there are things that I can EQ on my vocals if I want to, which takes a lot of tweaking and effort and listening in your headphones and listening without headphones and then listening in the car and then asking your wife to listen to it and then asking other people to listen to it and say, hey, does this sound right? Do I need to tweak it? Things like that to get to a place where you actually feel like, okay, this is it. I know that this is the one. But yeah, there's a ton of different filters and things like that for guitar, for drums. You can build drums in there. This is kind of a bonus thing, but what I like to also use is Splice. You've probably heard of Splice. I think it really popped into main culture when it was discovered that Sabrina Carpenter's, I think it was Espresso, was like pretty much all built using a couple splice loops, which kudos to the producers who pulled that together because it sounds awesome. But yeah, Splice is awesome. I actually pay for that one. Very nominal fee, if you could say that word. But it's great. It's awesome, and it's been really helpful for me when I'm adding drums, especially music, because I can do a lot of guitar stuff. I can add some bass in on my own, but there's things like marimbas that I want to add. There's things like really cool claps or the whoosh noises in my songs that I want to add, and Splice is helpful for that. I think they do have a free version too, but I think I pay for the one that gives you a little bit more. So if my wife watches this, that's probably news to her. It's a very small fee though, so it doesn't matter. I didn't mention my wife a lot, huh? Well, thanks for watching anyway. Splice. The fourth thing, and this is paramount to recording music at home, is quiet space. Okay? I have kids. I can't record music when my kids are running around. What I do, I record in my garage. Does it make the best sound? No. Is it where I get quiet? Yes. I also have taken to recording in my kitchen. I've recorded a couple guitar parts in my kitchen. If my wife is inside, she's looking at her phone. It's quiet in there. I don't have to worry about it. Maybe I catch the refrigerator replenishing the ice machine. I don't know. But yeah, you want quiet. The other place where I found I have a walk-in closet in my bedroom. That's where I do my vocals. It gets really hot. It's not perfect. But when you're recording at home, that means you're not going to a studio, paying big bucks, spending your money on something that you might hate. You have a little bit more control. I didn't like that take. I'm going to do it again. You're not under like a 2-hour window. The solos, I mean, people, you can do it in your bedroom if you have the ample space and people in your house are quiet and things like that. Like, it's really nice to have that level of kind of fluctuation. The fifth thing I would say that you should probably get, and I think that this actually, so Bandlab gives you a software within its platform that will master things for you. I don't love the options they give you. Some of them are pretty good. I'm not hating on it, but like, I think there's better out there. So I would look on. I think you need like an engineer or someone who can kind of polish the songs, because you're gonna record it using your solo studio on Bandlab, and you're gonna like it, but it's not gonna be at that audio level that you hear on Spotify, Apple Music. It's not gonna have the EQ and the volume levels across your music that you really want, so that when people listen to it, they're like, wow, I'm listening to a real artist right now. I have a friend that my band recorded with a million years ago. I reached out to him, and we have a good deal in place where he's giving me a great deal from a financial perspective, and I'm giving him a volume of songs, right? I told you I have 30 songs that I want to record, so we're in this for the long haul, right? This isn't just like hey, you want to do one? We have a little bit of a deal going on, but I would highly encourage you to look for someone who can do this at scale and on the cheaper end if you have trust in them. I looked on Fiverr just out of curiosity too. I would check out Fiverr just to see. I know that they have options there. I can't verify if they're any good. I know that they get really, really costly. I know that they have ones that are really cheap as well. So check it out. It might be worth it. So in closing, I would say my 5 things that I think you need to record music at home are some kind of iPad or laptop, some kind of computer that you can actually use. I prefer an iPad or a laptop because then you can take it wherever you need to go, right? Number 2 is the hardware. the Solo Studio. I'll put a link to it down below. I'll put an image on one of these sides here so you can see what I'm talking about with all the different pieces that I mentioned. Number 3 is, what did I say number 3 was? Some software. I think there was software. So the Bandlab. Whatever comes with your Solo Studio might work for you. For me, it was Bandlab that worked best. Some quiet space is really paramount. And then someone who can help you polish your songs, put a finishing touch on them. So that's everything I had for you. If you have questions about the process, please let me know. If you have not already watched some other vlogs, I'm talking about what it's like to be a musician trying to make it, who has no followers, who has no fans, no people who are supporting him outside of his friends and family. So count on you to help me blow up, right? But no, I really will engage with you if you're commenting. I'll answer any questions you have. And the other thing I wanted to mention is if you haven't already listened to Would You Want To, it's out streaming right now. And also there's a link down below if you want to join the Lucky Ones Club. It's my exclusive club where I send out merch. Maybe I don't send out merch. I send out links so you can purchase merch. And then I'm going to do some behind the scenes stuff. And when I start releasing new music, you will be the first to know. So thank you so much for sticking with me here. And I will be back next week with another hot topic on Thursday. So if I don't talk to you, see you around.